The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Landry. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first down, Wilson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
On third down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Wilson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
Now Bridgewater. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoff.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Curry. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First down, Bridgewater. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. And Graham's got it, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jimmy Graham, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the 1st half of the season.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. That time a 6-play drive, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check three.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Wilson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Play action. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab.
Come on, man. Let's go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. A nice pickup on 1st down, 7 yards. From the 31, Wilson is complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. The connection made. It's Graham. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Bridgewater. And he finds his tight end, Graham. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Bridgewater. Bryant has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Curry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. It's Hill, complete. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from game. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jimmy Graham with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Seahawks send out their punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here back onto the field comes Jimmy Graham. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far, as we see here on your screen.
They may have to drop coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. To throw is Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine.
On third down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Andy Lee now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now Landry. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A chance for us here to discuss Jarvis Landry. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. To throw again on second down. Wilson going underneath for Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His guys are out in front as we send you back up to the Pacific Northwest, where we rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Let's get off the field.
They'll run on first down. Curry, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the 44, Bridgewater. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On second down, it's Curry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Everson Griffin coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater. They complete it to Hill. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 29, Wilson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A toss play, Gordon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now it's Wilson. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. First down throw for Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Curry. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Curry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Curry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On second down, it's Curry, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
We got this.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Bridgewater. And Graham's got it, complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that's complete to Adams. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Complete to Bryant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Bridgewater again. Throw left side complete. That's Curry. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Under 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
You got it. You got it.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right? Although
I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either. Jarvis Landry. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jarvis Landry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And going deep for Hill. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he'll find a man. That's Landry. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson slings this deep from the corner. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now Gordon, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go on.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Cameron Brate, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Critical extra point up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's Bridgewater. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Throwing. Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. It's Curry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bridgewater. Oh, he shifts past him. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Oh, and Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Play action now. Bridgewater under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Shaq Lawson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Third and long for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive, they're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for the Cardinals, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.